So an experience I had with the College of IST was going to alternative spring break as a freshman. We actually attended Austin, Texas and visited a bunch of technology companies, and I got a chance to meet a bunch of other freshmen that were interested in the same things as I was, so that was definitely something I'll take with me.
IST 302, Project Management, and originally I took that class thinking that I was like, oh, I'm probably not really going to want to do anything with project management, but in reality it kind of landed me my first IST internship, and I was very nervous because I started as an IT project management intern, so I was like, hopefully this class will be relatable, and everything I learned in the class I used in my internship, and I think it made me realize that there actually will be material from college that I'll be using.
I would say my most memorable IST experience is being able to lead my students in Wiarden. I'm currently the president of Wiarden right now, and I was a member not too long ago. And coming in as my freshman year, they took me in as I was family, and they provided me all the research that I needed to help me be successful right now. And I'm currently right now having a full-time job. And when I came in, I was so nervous about everything. And they taught me how to attend resume workshops, talk to companies, 30 seconds, elevator pitches, and just being able to, just navigate campus in general. So I would say it all came full circle for me as a member to being a president and being able to give back to my community.
Being a learning assistant for Dr. Fred Fonseca's IST 402 class, Emerging Issues in Technology. And so what was so memorable about that for me was having kind of the opportunity to be a leader in the classroom and really engage with students, be able to have, a lot of really, difficult philosophical questions about kind of the ethics in technology, being able to kind of help facilitate those discussions and really be the one who kind of was able to help bring out a lot of student creativity and student, kind of mindset towards these really difficult problems that a lot of us are going to be, working to address after graduation was probably the most meaningful thing for me.
It would have to be the SRA 211 terrorist project. It was really cool to be placed into a group of people that I didn't really know before, and then also collaborate with other teams as well to get to a final point.
So I think the most impactful classes I've taken were two actually, IST 301 and 302, and they were both project management classes. And this opened up my field of view for that specific industry and really wanted me to pursue this as a career whenever I took this class my junior year.
My most memorable IST experience has been my involvement with the Competitive Cybersecurity Club. They're a club that is aimed at cybersecurity students for the major, but they go a little bit beyond what the actual curriculum teaches, and we get to practice a lot more hands-on skills. And they're also involved with a lot of competition, so it's really cool to be able to see how all the things we learn in class and do together as a club can be applied in real-world situations.
Was being involved with the IST diplomats, and I got to help kind of mediate the college with prospective students, and I loved being able to do that because I was able to meet prospective students and tell them about my Penn State experience.
Probably the biggest impact on me actually just came out of this class. It's a counter-deception class where we're learning to take in new intelligence each week and try and figure out how an FBI agent went missing. And we work in a group to try and prepare intelligence briefs to say what happened. And it's been super cool learning how to do that and really try and piece together the puzzle. And it's been an awesome experience.
My most memorable IST experience would have to be my freshman year when I got to go to the Grace Hopper conference. Going to Grace Hopper, I got to get to know other girls in the college, and we got to share our experience, and it was really eye-opening to meet so many women in the IT field as well as connect with so many employers.
So I would say from the IST perspective as a whole is working with a lot of professors and TAs who have immense experience in the coursework that you're learning. So basically working with professors like Colonel Graham on a day-to-day basis, who has just such a vast and detailed experience working within the military and also within the IC community, is definitely one of the best things of the IST college as a whole.
Definitely leveraging the experience for your professors has been huge. There's a vast array of knowledge that is at your fingertips, and if you want to seek it, you can just go out there and ask questions and get involved.
So my most memorable IST experience would have to be IST 402, Emerging Issues in Technology class with Fred Fonseca. He was a great professor, and he really brought out a lot of passion and interest of what I could do in the technology world.
My most memorable IST experience was definitely doing my undergraduate thesis for Schreier. I'm a data science major, but I have a special interest in menstrual health and period poverty. And so with my honors advisor in the College of IST, he kind of let me do sort of a more independent study using my data skills, but in a field I was very interested in. So I think it was just really cool to see that you can kind of use data in any space at all, and it was great that they let me have sort of that flexibility.
Taking part in some cybersecurity competitions outside of school, although it was really great learning things in the classroom, being in a situation where not only are you applying them in a more, I don't want to say realistic, but where you're applying them in a different setting, as in a more complete way, I think really helped with helping me think about not just technical details, but why cyber is so important in the first place.
The most memorable experience I had here at the College of IST was doing my capstone project, having to learn a whole bunch of new technologies and systems and programs to be able to make something that could actually be used by people was something that I'm going to remember for a long time, and I think taught me a lot.
The SIGITE research, the conference that we went to with Dr. Glantz and Dr. Hills was the single most best experience, especially with the pandemic. It was an in-person conference where we were able to attend, present a research poster, and come back. And I would also say just subsequent research and the IUG program, which led to my master's at IST, was also extremely fun to do under Dr. Jacoby.
I was a senior in high school, and I came to the IST acceptance day, and just getting to see all the other students and getting to meet people before coming on campus. I made some friends during that, and they're still my friends to this day.
I was taking IST 402 with Brian Allendike, where I had to make YouTube videos and blog posts on a new subject pretty much every week or every other week on all new topics. So it was a great time to learn about a bunch of different things and get out of my comfort zone.
My professor had us do a semester-long project where we got to pick the topic. My group's topic was protecting users against malicious or malware from Android devices, off the Android store. And he liked our project so much that we got to present it in the ICCSA conference, and we got to use that as credits for, I believe it was 402. So that was really cool that he saw our project, really saw our vision, and allowed us to take it further than just a 3-credit class.
As freshman year, I did the alternative spring break trip, and I met a lot of awesome people, and it was just a great experience as a whole. We went down to Austin, Texas, and we visited a bunch of companies, and we visited startups all the way up until really big name companies, and it was just really nice to kind of see all the different opportunities and things that we could do with IST majors.
Before I actually transferred to Penn State, I met with Professor Jacoby, Professor Haynes, and Professor Huang. And yeah, when I met with them, they kind of sat down with me, tried to figure out what my interests were, what my passions were. And I was kind of stuck between transferring from my old university or coming to Penn State, trying to figure out what major to pursue. And before I was even a student at Penn State, they took the time out of their day, met with me multiple times to try to give me the best advice, to try to help me figure out what was the best decision for myself. And they ended up helping me make one of the best decisions I made. I ended up transferring to Penn State.